Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we are back in Eco on the ECOlife server. There are approximately 8 days left, I believe, in the server run, and so the government has started the project for getting the lasers and the computer lab completed. So we are currently working on that. I've got a skid steer in the works. I've actually contracted with another individual on the server to make the skid steer for me. But I'm actually renting the one that is available. Come on the server. There's the rent feature that was recently completed or finalized. And with that comes the ability to rent houses for residents and the like, but also for to rent vehicles. And so there we go, there's right there. So it gets paid out every 30 minutes, and I essentially pay a flat fee of $15 or Lifecoin, I suppose, to rent the skid steer, and then $22.50 per 30 minutes after that. And it's comes out to about 45 an hour. Is the fee for actually using the skid steer, and then the other fee, of course, is just the move-in fee, which I pay for. Oops, come on. Oh, I'm out of weight. Okay. Which of course I pay just for taking residence of the vehicle. So there's only one vehicle resident at a time, of course, on this vehicle. But yeah, that allows anyone who's got enough money and the inclination to rent a skid steer the ability to do that. And it just costs you the fee. Of course, on your server it might be more or less if someone has those for rent. But yeah, I find this feature actually to be quite nice, especially for the skid steers and the cranes and excavators and that kind of stuff, because they are generally, at least, quite expensive to make. And so this allows one to utilize utilize the skid steer before they could actually pay for one, to have one of their own. Now, I've been producing enough on the server and selling enough on the server that I can actually purchase and own one of those at a little bit of a reduced cost, actually, to myself, because I've been producing steel. And so I have a little bit of an in there where I'm selling the steel to the person producing the skid steer. That's AMW docking on this server, and he is being kind enough to produce the skid steer for me. Ooh, there we go. And I'm currently renting his, of course, until mine is finished. But with producing or supplying, sorry, the steel and the various other oil drilling resources that I have the capability of producing, I'm able to get a skid steer for about 1,300 Lifecoin. So I'm quite happy about that. And we're going to go ahead and take this up and sell it, as there's someone who is purchasing iron ore and then turning it into iron bars, which of course I'm using to make steel. So I've also started to make the advanced masonry, so the ashlar, and I'm actually making up a nice load of that. Be the ashlar limestone that I'm producing right now, as well, of course, as some oops, going the wrong way. as some more reinforced concrete, because I've decided I'm going to upgrade my house and build one of those that will... There we go. That will give me a little bit more skill points per day. So, okay, so we can sell copper ore or iron ore here. 340 is what I currently have. I'm going to go ahead and sell that. There we go. And he's making a killing on that, as far as I know. So I'm, I guess, quite evidently by the amount of money that he's got sitting there. That's okay. It's quite a good deal. Ooh, there we go. So that's part of it. He's selling steel cheaper than I am, and so has quite a bit of it available for purchase. And I think also he's producing the iron bars. Whoa, a lot of those. Very nice. A lot of those available. Did he have any dirt ramps? No? Okay, that's okay. Plenty of mortar and various different steel. Rebar for sale. Very nice. Whew. That's a bit pricey. That's okay. I guess I am making it all myself anyway, so got plenty enough to do that. I'm also going to see about ooh. No, that belongs to somebody else. Okay. I'm also going to see about doing a little bit of some driving lessons on the skid steer, because we've had several people who've ended up in the ocean and falling off of ramps and all that kind of stuff. So I figured I'd go over my control scheme for my skid steer, and of course just some general tips and tricks and practices on how to use that efficiently and safely. There's actually a little tag that someone put onto the skid steer that we have for rent. I think he named it Scoopy Skid Steer or something like that. Because we've had several incidences of people ending up in the ocean and falling off of different things, and that's not good. Hello? Where's the skid steer? That's not good. Where did that go? I know I didn't take it back up there. Okay, this is going to be weird. Let's do this. Skid steer. And we'll take a look at... Oops, here we go, this one. 4.5 meters north. Right there. Okay. So, it's not here. That means it's wedged itself up in the above us somewhere. I really hope they fix this, because that's gotten my skid steer all the way up here. And I may or may not actually be able to get it back out of here. Hopefully. There we go. Okay, good. Just move all of this stuff out of the way here. Very good. Okay, so a couple of quick tips and tricks then for driving the skid steer before we get this back down to the mine here. It slows down significantly slower. There's definitely quite a bit of lag on the skid steer, and so it's generally a good idea to come to a stop before you go making turns, as it does tend to go flying all over the place oops, when you try and make a turn while you're at high speed. So unlike the trucks, this one is very touchy. So keep that in mind when you're driving. It is pretty good about going up and down ramps. There's a little bit of a hitch sometimes when you go over the edge onto a ramp or something from stone. But otherwise, it does seem to perform pretty well on ramps, as long as you're gentle with it and you don't go yanking your controls all over the place. Another good practice is to make sure that you're picking up your debris as you're mining with it relatively quickly, as it can get stuck sometimes on a couple of them. Ooh, not enough room. Here we go. Take that back up to the surface. So there we go. One of the tricks actually to using the ramps is just to get yourself aimed right, and then just to go right ahead, like so. Because trying to make a turn while you're driving on a ramp, especially one that doesn't have guardrails, can be disastrous. There we go. Very good. So definitely do that. Generally, because there's a little bit of lag in between input and actually seeing any output on the machine, it's always a good idea to stop a little bit short of wherever you want to turn or wherever you're actually driving to, because yeah, it can take a half a second or so to actually have the input go and actually show up, as output, and so that can lead to some rather funny outcomes. Wow, there's a lot of iron ore down here. That's good, we're not going to run out. And we're out of room again. Alright, well, I think that's probably all the iron ore that my colleague on the server here can handle right now. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll take this up to my car. And then there we go. We'll go ahead and take this back, as I'm going to be done renting it for right now. Oops. It does tend to turn quite rapidly when you are at a standstill or just barely moving. Oop. So definitely exercise caution in turns. Okay. It's always easy to put your bucket down just a little bit so that you can see where you're going. And as you can see with that little turn there, I made just a slight input on my controller, or on my keyboard, and got quite a rapid movement. Whoa! So definitely be careful with that. It's almost reaches the point where it's better to make a movement and then correct with it, because holding the turn key for just about any period of time will send you careening off in a nice little spin. Alright, let's go ahead and sell the rest of this. Let's see here. Iron ore. Oh. Well, that's incredibly much of a pain. We're going to have to sell this 20 at a time. Okay. Well, in that case... Yeah, no, we'll do this. We're making enough that we're not worried about the extra money that it's going to cost by doing this, but it is a little bit of a pain, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this out here. Okay, so that's got the last of it. There we go. And we'll go ahead and swing this back over to the store where this can be rented, and leave it available for the next person. Go ahead and pull this back in. Whoop. There we are. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and shift click on, oops, we'll hit tab and shift click on this. There we go, and we're going to go ahead and leave residency. Be sure you want to leave residency of skid steer. You can't be a resident of multiple landholding deeds. Are permitted for multiple residencies. Yes, we're going to go ahead and leave residence. Okay, very good. So we are no longer paying for any of that. And interesting. Okay. And we also can't access it, so we've gotten properly off of that. And we'll go ahead and ride this one back into town, or back to the house. So yeah, the skid steer's touchy, but definitely something that if you're big into mining, it's definitely worthwhile. I've gotten myself all of the limestone and all of the sandstone there that I can handle for quite a long time, with just an hour and a bit of mining. And so that's going to keep me supplied for quite a little while. And then as soon as I get a skid steer of my own, I'll be able to do that without paying any of the fees. So that'll be quite nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to get back to oops. I'm going to go ahead and get back here and get my truck out of the hole in the ground over here. Woo! There we go. And we'll just go ahead and pick this one up. There we go. So we can cut another ramp down there. And I've now got room to drive all the way down there and pick up more iron ore if I wish to. And sell that, because that's definitely needed for making iron, and in the interest of my having lower price iron bars for my consumption, it behooves me to mine out and sell the iron that I have available. Which we'll go ahead and do the rest of that here. Let's see here, iron ore, there we go. We'll do 164 there. There we go. And trade that. There we go, perfect. And he's totally full now of the 700 and something odd that I had available. And we can go ahead and sell it at Jobby Metalworks here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look. That's over here. Perfect. We'll go ahead and have a run up there as well and sell the rest of this. And then on the way through, I'll stop by my petroleum manufacturing centre and see about making sure that we've got a good order going there. Look out, dear. This is not Animal Crossing. Oh, that's an Netto's. Okay. Let's see here. We need to go over here. Yes? Yes. Good. Alright. Let's go ahead and go over there then. There's quite a lot built up right along this road. Unfortunately, several of them, most of them actually, I think, have kind of left. And so they're not really on doing much of anything anymore. There we go. We'll go ahead and sell that. 156. There we go. And we'll get rid of that. Jobby Metal Works, Jobby Force. And yeah, he hasn't been on for a week. So, unfortunately, got some rivets there. Oh boy. Definitely a little bit of a price reduction on those, several different places. So I'm going to have to go and... Actually, let's see if there's anywhere that I can sell my sandstone here. No, because that one's full. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and crush that then, and turn that into sand or something like that. And go from there. Another big announcement is that at the completion of this run through, probably starting next Monday, I will be joining the Dad Speed server because I am actually starting college next Monday. So that's going to eat up a significant portion of my time, and I won't have quite as much to be able to devote to playing Eco. And so because of that, I'm probably going to change somewhat the format that I have for my videos, such that I make my videos and grab footage for them, and then do some editing and kind of do a week in review kind of thing. And I'll be posting those on probably Sunday. And then I may grab a little bit of Valheim gameplay throughout the week, so that I've got a little bit of stuff that I can keep up on. But yeah, the Eco gameplay videos will probably be significantly reduced, simply because, especially on the Dad Speed server, it's going to be a mite repetitive, and so to avoid doing that, we'll just do a week in review kind of thing. Let's go ahead and do another 50 of these. Ooh, no, let's leave that. $292, very good. Let's see here. Okay, good, and I'm on the only one on the market. Very good. Alright, let me go ahead then and... Whoa! Oh! Whoops. Fell down my own hole. There we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and check on that concrete here and make sure that we've got that queued up. Very good. We've got 18 of 18. Good. I've got plenty of cement, plenty of crushed rock, plenty of sand. Good, 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 good. So we've got plenty to do that. I'm going to go ahead and make a little bit more of that, actually, because I want to see about making myself a concrete house. Let's see here, steel bars, 2.5, 2.9, several different places where it can be purchased. I'm going to go ahead and make some more rebar here. Let's do another 50 of that. Here we go. Perfect. So I queued up an order over here the other day, actually, or yesterday, for steel bar, for 500 of that, and it's actually chewed through most of that, and I think I've used up a decent amount of it. But there's actually a significant amount of it that's been used and purchased, so I was quite surprised at that, actually. I figured that that 400 would be or 500, sorry, would be kind of just sit there and not be used. But it looks like it's actively being purchased as well, so I'm quite happy about that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and come up here and... Ooh, there's another thing I should see. There's not any of that available. Okay. Corrugated steel method recipe 1.9 steel bars. Whew, yeah, that would be expensive. Okay, go ahead and we'll put the rest of the labour on these dirt ramps. There we go, perfect. We'll use those for the rest of my mine. I'm going to go ahead and do another 52. There we go, of that. And add the labour. Whoa! There's hardly any labour, hardly any calorie reduction required for that. I'm quite happy about that. Let's see here. How are we doing on our ashlar production? Oh, I bet it's out of steel. No, oh, it's out of limestone. Okay, well, let's go ahead and fix that then. And we'll get that drug up from down here. And add that to up here. Very good. Let's check and see. Good, that's producing the slag. And crushed sandstone. Why is it not taking all of that? There we go. And that, and that. Perfect. That should keep you busy for a long time. Let's see here. What do we have? 560 out of 1,000 and something. Good. Let's go ahead and make some more then. Crushed sandstone. Let's go ahead and do another 100. Actually, let's go for 50. There we go. Then we'll move that up to the front here so that it's not gobbling up all of my crushed limestone there. Okay, what else? We'll see about making some plastic, I guess. We might have to save that for another time, actually. Buy rocks and logs at 0.7. Perfect. Go ahead and make a run over there. Hello there, Arctic. Okay, I think I've got room to squeeze by here. Very good. Okay. I may have to make myself a parking lot there or something. Go ahead and get some of the iron bars here. There we go. Let's go ahead and get, well, I can use them for steel production as well. Let's go ahead and get 200. There we go. Perfect. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and pop over here. We'll queue up some more oil drilling projects. We'll make a bunch of plastic and some various different iron bars. Or some barrels, sorry. And probably some epoxy as well. And we'll call that a wrap. Pull onto my little walkway over here, or driveway. There we go. Good. And let's see here. We're going to go ahead and move that to there. Oh, very good. I've got plenty then. Alright, and power grid. Okay, let's go ahead and turn that on then. There we go. And we should be able to get these going. Perfect. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone. Ta-ta.